This particular activity is a good GTKY activity and also good as a kind of cool down or warm up or break activity between rigorous exercises or lectures or lessons that you give to your students. I've given this activity at many different points in my classes. Sometimes I've given it earlier in the semester, but I've also given this activity in the middle of the semester, and it's usually quite successful because it personalizes the class for the students and it kind of gets them thinking about their own personal lives, and it shows that the teacher is interested in their lives. So this is usually a pretty good activity. What I first do is I have the students help me generate words on the blackboard or the whiteboard or on paper that the students are using. The words have to be characteristics that are about people, and they have to usually be internal, but sometimes I'll allow the students to give outward appearance words like fat or thin, but I do specify usually that I want words that are internal about people, such as intelligent and smart and funny and thoughtful and mysterious. So for about 2 or 3 minutes, we'll generate words on the board, and then afterwards, I will draw a diagonal line on the board and have 2 dots representing opposite spectrums on this line. And then on each dot at the opposite ends of the line that I've drawn on the board, I will put not very, or I will put not at all, and then on the other end of the spectrum, I will put yes, definitely me. And usually the students will know by this point that the line is representing a sort of spectrum of different, I guess, words that you might put on the line, or kind of like a rank order line. And it doesn't take them long to realize this, but if they're still kind of confused, I'll begin to plot the different words that we have generated on the board on this line. Not randomly, because the line will be about me, as the students will soon figure out, but I'll start to strategically put the different words on this line. So for me, I might put intelligent as yes, definitely me. That point will go close to that spectrum, that end of the spectrum. And then on the other end of the spectrum, I'll put antisocial or fat or other qualities that are definitely not me. So within a matter of seconds, you can see a diagonal line that is replete with all of these different characteristics that I am and that I am not. And then once I've have a healthy collection of words on this diagonal line, I'll put my name at the top, and I will point to the board and I will say that this is me in a nutshell. This is who Todd is. And then I will invite the students to make their own diagonal line and their own spectrum of qualities, and then have them think about who they are. And then I'll usually give the students about 5 minutes to do this. And when that time period is up, I'll invite the students to talk to the class or just talk to me about what qualities they have, what qualities they want, what qualities they don't want, and what qualities they would like to sort of cultivate and develop further. And this usually takes about 30 minutes to do, 30 to 45 minutes, because you have to sort of elicit the information from the students and get them kind of eager and participating in this activity. And you have to sort of lead them along, especially if it's a class for English, where English isn't the commonly spoken language, or if you're teaching an ESL class or another foreign language class. It's usually requires, the activity usually requires that you lead the students on into sort of putting the different puzzle pieces together before they can actually do some work themselves. But this activity is definitely good for a language class, but maybe not so much a science or a history class or any of the hard sciences, unless maybe you want to do this as a beginning activity before the semester actually begins. But honestly, you probably will have more stuff to do at that point, that you won't want to be boggled down by an activity like this. So really, I would recommend this activity mostly for language classes. Anywhere between 10 to 15 students, this activity should be pretty manageable. Smaller class sizes will all actually be better, but you could do this with a medium size or a large class too. Bye for now.